continuing on with video number 2, these are just some examples of different figures that we've got here. So you can see we've got all kinds of points, all kinds of segments, we've got rays, we've got perpendicular lines, we've got parallel lines. Well, we need to be able to look at a figure like this and be able to identify parts in geometry. For example, the first question down here says name 3 line segments in this figure. Well, even though this has an arrow, if all we wanted to do is highlight this section right here, we can do that by how we write the symbol for a line segment. So I can highlight this part of that line and just say, hey, I only want FH. I don't want to go all the way through that point. I want to stop there. Another one, you could just say, hey, I only want this section right here, which would be segment GF. And then up here, anywhere, they're all over the place. I could say, I only want to go to my friend's house. This is going to be the section that we're going to look. So I could have IJ is another line segment. Now, there's plenty of acute angles, but these two, if you notice, the 2 segments that I highlighted, if we wanted to continue to go through those points, we have 2 rays that join from the same point F here. Well, that creates an angle when you start from the same point. So here would be one angle. Angle GFH. Now, you've already exhausted the possibilities of HFG, so you've got to choose another one. Another angle that's acute, if you notice, there is an acute angle right here, this space right here. So I could say FI to E. So the angle F to I to E would be another example of an acute angle. And then another angle that's less than 90 degrees is this little piece right here, if this is the piece of your pizza. K to J to L. Make sure that that vertex point is the middle letter. So angle KJL, that needs to be written like that because you've got to have the vertex in the middle. And yes, you could have gone backwards, LJK. Either one is fine. Now, 2 pair of parallel lines. Here's the part that gets a little tricky. You've got all kinds of points. Hopefully you can see this line and this line are the 2 that run parallel, and we've got all kinds of points on both of those lines. It doesn't matter which 2 you highlight. Just find 2 and name them accordingly. Then you can write your symbol for parallel and lines. For example, I'm going to highlight here B and L, but I could have chosen any of the other 2. So I'm going to say line BL is parallel to line DM. And again, if you have the correct symbols, you're good. And you could have said it the other way. Line DM is parallel to line BL. It doesn't matter the order. 2 obtuse angles. Here would be an example of an obtuse angle right here. This is an obtuse. This angle right here is greater than 90 degrees. And you can name it GIM or FIM. It doesn't matter. I'm going to say angle because technically that goes through point F forever if you didn't want to stop there. So I'm going to say F to I to M. So one is angle FIM. And a second obtuse angle, if you notice, this is an obtuse angle right here. This angle right here is obtuse. So another angle is from B to J to K. So angle B to J to K is another. There's several more, but those are the 2 that I noticed that were obtuse angles. Okay, the pair of intersecting lines, I'm on question number 18 now, the pair of intersecting lines. These 2 are just intersecting right here. If you notice, nothing special. Line GK intersects line AH. So GK intersects line AH. Nothing special, they just crisscross. Okay? Now, we've already talked about acute angles. I think what I meant to do, and I didn't want to retype everything, I meant for these to be straight angles. And so the straight angles up there, any line that has 180 degrees. So here's one angle, angle DIM. If you want to follow along up there, that's a straight angle. And another straight angle would be angle GIK, excuse me. Got to make sure you put that vertex point. Even though it's a straight angle, you still need to have that vertex point. And then the perpendicular. These are special intersecting lines that crisscross, but they form 90-degree angles when they cross. So one set that I notice up there is angle ACB. If you notice this angle right here, angle ACB, that angle is perpendicular to this angle, ACL or J, it doesn't matter. So angle ACJ. And again, the symbol for perpendicular is like the upside down T, and the symbol for parallel is the two vertical bars that are parallel. Okay, so I'm going to go over some things tomorrow regarding different types of 90-degree and 180-degree angles. But for now, I think this will be plenty for you to try to absorb to get your